issue here. Where do you come down on what NSA is doing?
Well, the great thing is we live in a democracy. If we don't like what NSA is doing, we can just get rid of the government and put in a different government. I think actually we've been collecting this information for so long, and long before NSA was collecting it. Let me tell you who was collecting it: American Express, Bank of Visa, all of your credit card data. We have all of your financial records. This whole issue of privacy is utterly fascinating to me. For example, we could do a much better job. Let me move to a whole new area of privacy, which is medical records. If we could take all of our medical records and put them in a database, we could then figure out what drugs work for what people. So we take all the medical records, and then we take all the genomic data about the people, and we put it in a database, and we figure out what therapies they're getting, and we figure out what therapies work, what therapies don't work. Because with this big database, basically, we'll discover you should take Lipitor, you should take Crestor, you should be based on different. We could do a dramatically better job of treating people. We'd save money, reduce suffering. Do we do that? No. Well, everyone's scared to death about privacy. So we're doing, so we're not doing that. People are very concerned, so let me just set that aside. People are very concerned that the NSA is gathering all of this information about people and misusing it. They're supposed to be looking for terrorists. Every once in a while, it is true that they probably hand off information to the DEA to go after a drug kingpin. They do that. Well, how terrible is that? So who's ever heard of this information being misused by the government? In what way? What example in court? Who's gone to court and said, well, I was arrested, or they got me because the NSA, the NSA somehow has misused this data?
You're saying whatever the NSA is doing is okay with me.
I think it's great. What is the problem with that? I mean, we're finding murderers. I mean, the number of assaults are down, rapes are down, crimes are being solved at a much higher rate. We're giving up privacy. Let me tell you where Americans voluntarily gave up all their privacy. They gave up all of their privacy. They said, I'm going to tell you how much I make. I can tell you where I bought my car. I can tell you what hotels I stay in. I'm going to tell you what airlines I ride. I can tell you how much is my checking account, how much is my banking account, how many overdrafts. I'll give you all that information about me in exchange for a Visa card. America has given up essentially not all of their privacy, not their medical records, but a huge amount of privacy in exchange of making shopping more convenient. So here are the hierarchy. I'm willing to give up huge amounts of privacy in order to get a credit card to make shopping more convenient. Well, how much privacy are you willing to give up to save 1 million lives through better health care? How much privacy are you willing to give up to save 1 million lives, or 100,000 lives, or 1,000 lives by interdicting terrorism? I know of no case recently under the Obama administration, under the Bush administration, under the Clinton administration, where the NSA's databases have been abused and anyone's liberties have been curtailed. I can't name a single case, nor can the New York Times. Now, this is a funny confluence where we have libertarians in government on the Republican side of the aisle and progressives on the Democratic side of the aisle kind of coming together to protect our liberties. But I can't think of where our liberties have been infringed. I can't think of one example.